So I don't know how to react to this. But we had ourselves a conversation posted onto Twitter by the folks over on the Two Mutts Hockey Podcast. Now, we have actually had a few things mentioned by these guys in the past. They, of course, have their own show, they have their own platform, and they're pretty notable here on hockey social media. But as there have been a few scoops out of them over the past few weeks, this is the biggest scoop that we have seen, and it came to us yesterday at noon. Take a look at this tweet made by the Two Mutts Hockey Podcast, and I wanted to also talk about the responses to this. Some news this afternoon regarding the Edmonton Oilers' Leon Draisaitl and his contract extension talk. There's been some talk from local media saying that it could be a 4-year deal, but after speaking to those close in the Draisaitl camp, he is only interested in signing long-term at Edmonton, so an 8-year deal is what he's looking for at this time, and it sounds like he will take less dollars in a long-term deal, but only if others are willing to do the same. Now, okay, pause. Firstly, talk about run-on sentence. Okay, let's continue. Leon Draisaitl loves it in Edmonton, and he strongly believes this organization can win multiple Stanley Cups if players take less. Some news we've heard over the last 72 hours was that Connor, Leon, and Evan said if our core players are taking less, then we take less. This is a story to follow, as we all know. Now, I will say this. I am recording this audio on the night of Sunday, July 28th. If, by the time this video is public on YouTube, Leon Draisaitl has an extension, he is signed on 8 years at $10 million a year or whatever, if he has that extension and he is locked in, then okay, this is the stupidest YouTube video on the planet, and I will need to retcon this. I don't know if we're going to delete it, but we're just going to, leave it up as a testament, a relic of my foolishness by pre-recording videos and uploading them early. But this is a really particular situation. And I say that because this is a really good thing, right? Leon Draisaitl is happy in Edmonton. He likes it in Edmonton. He wants to stay in Edmonton. And he's only willing to sign an 8-year deal. He doesn't want 4 years, he doesn't want 5. He might have rejected any sort of a short-term offer. He only wants 8. And as we had talked about in a video a few days ago, the word has been circulating around there that all three of Connor, Leon, and Evan are all interested, apparently, according to sources. They're all interested in only signing longer-term, lesser dollar amount AAV caliber deals. It seems like, from all the information we have been seeing floating around the city of Edmonton, that none of these guys really want to go the Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, William Nylander route. They don't want to get shorter-term deals and continuously get higher AAV amounts as the cap increases. It seems like these guys, according to sources, again, want to plant their foot in Edmonton, say, yeah, this is it, this is our team, these are our guys, and we are going to take less so that we can get better guys and build a roster that can win multiple Stanley Cups. We were 1 game away from winning the Stanley Cup this previous season. Let's go out there and take a little bit of a discount so we could get back there, maybe even as soon as next year. The Panthers did it, why can't we? But with this sentiment, with this really good piece of news, again, I stress that it's really good that Leon Draisaitl apparently only wants to sign an 8-year deal. You have yourself some replies going out there and bringing up the fear-mongering. The top reply from Dylan says this: LOL, Draisaitl is gone. This smells like the Matthew Tkachuk situation. 25 replies, 14 likes, 7 bookmarks. The first reply to this tweet says, when was there anything similar with the Tkachuk situation? And the other reply says, hey, Tkachuk said the exact same thing right before leaving. And, I don't really like to give attention to the trolls. This user on Twitter, Dylan, is definitely, trolling, but there also is a part of this that I think about, and I'm like, you know what? That actually doesn't seem that irrational. I don't want to go out there and say, oh, I'm fear-mongering here, oh, whatever, he's gonna leave. But when you think about what happened in Calgary, a lot of the comments from Matthew Tkachuk were pretty similar. He loves it in Calgary, he's willing to commit in Calgary, he wants to win in Calgary, Calgary. And I guess you could say that a lot of Tkachuk's sentiment changed when, firstly, it was already pretty much established that Johnny Gaudreau was not going to come back. The Flames were playing hardball, they weren't able to re-sign Gaudreau, and then, after offering him the max amount of money that they could have, which was pretty much the contract that Gaudreau wanted in the first place, he was like, okay, sorry, no, like, you guys took too long to offer me that deal. I'm going to yeet away in free agency to whatever team is near home. And then he signs in Columbus instead of New Jersey or Philadelphia, which still boggles my mind to this day. But once that was pretty much the path everything was going to go down, it was a lot easier for Matt Tkachuk to say, okay, now that Johnny's gone, I kind of don't want to be here. Sorry, Elias Lindholm, you're good, but you're no Johnny Gaudreau. And it was different with Matthew Tkachuk because he was an RFA at that time. There was an opportunity for him to not really just do anything. If the Calgary Flames didn't want to trade him, then okay, well, you're crap out of luck, because even if a team does sign you to an offer sheet or something, your former team in Calgary is going to get compensation. So really the Flames had nothing to lose in the Matthew Tkachuk situation, and then they traded him for Jonathan Huberdeau and Mackenzie Weegar, and that trade looks terrible now in hindsight for Calgary, but at the time it was seen as a big win. There was a difference there because Matthew Tkachuk, it was kind of already out there in the open that, hey, he wants to go to an American team. He wants to go to St. Louis. He wants to go to Nashville. He wants to go to Dallas. He wants to go to Florida. He wants to go to Tampa. He wants to go to these mid to southeastern USA teams because that's the area that he grew up in. That's the familiarity there, and he wants to go there, and he did go there, and then he won a Stanley Cup. Man, I still can't believe that turnaround. But if Leon Draisaitl is in a spot where some people's spidey senses are tingling a little bit, hey, didn't Matthew Tkachuk say the same thing? Leon Draisaitl, is there an opportunity for him to maybe say that he wants to stay, and then he leaves in free agency, or he makes it known that he's not willing to stay anymore? It's all going to depend, honestly, with the other guys. There were some extra comments and replies in the Twitter thread saying, hey, if McDavid and Bouchard decide to leave, there's going to be no reason for Leon Draisaitl to stay either. He's probably going to leave too, right? The only difference is here, Leon Draisaitl is pretty much going to be the first domino to fall because McDavid's contract doesn't expire until a year after, and Evan Bouchard, well, I mean, he had a great season, and he probably is willing to sign a contract extension right now. It's just the Oilers will probably choose not to do that because they want to see what Draisaitl's going to make first. So even though it is brought up here that Leon Draisaitl wants to remain in Edmonton, he only wants to get an 8-year deal, he is not willing to sign anything less than that, is it reasonable to jump to the Matthew Tkachuk situation and say, okay, wait a minute, hold on, we saw this same thing happen back then, is this reason for concern? And the stupid part about it is, Lego, you would have made this video if the opposite was mentioned as a rumor. Oh, Leon Draisaitl is only willing to sign short-term with Edmonton. He doesn't want to sign long-term. At that point, it would have been even crazier of an idea to go out there and make a video about, oh, he's really not committed to Edmonton, this and that, but now we have the update that he is willing to stay in Edmonton long-term, and now you're making the video asking whether or not he's going to pull off a Matthew Tkachuk? Hey, man, if you had told Calgary Flames fans back when Tkachuk was making all those comments a year before he got traded and when the contract extension discussion was looming over his head and he didn't sign right away, if you had told Flames fans at that point, hey, that guy's committed, yeah, he's saying that he wants to stick around long term, but he's not gonna. If you had said that to Flames fans in that time frame in 2021, oh, they would have crucified you there, man. That would have been taboo. So the only way I feel like this video is going to be completely pointless in uploading is if Draisaitl signs an extension before this video is public on YouTube and after I finish recording this audio speaking into this microphone in the night of Sunday. So if that happens, then I will give you the full authority. All of the rights in the world. I'll give you permission to call me the biggest clown on the internet. You can call me Pennywise. You can call me Bozo. You can call me the Joker. You can call me Captain Spaulding. You can call me by your name. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this entire Leon Draisaitl, Matthew Tkachuk situation, whether or not it is possible and whether or not you could see a departure from Edmonton, even if he is willing to commit 8 years to the Oilers, and only 8 years. Not anything under that, he only wants 8. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. How does this make you feel and how do you respond to these ideas? I hope you enjoyed this video. 99 and bye.